mute it before you get started.
Oh, I already hit go live, so it don't matter. All right, let me just make sure we live. Let me go to my, I got to double check on my phone. What's
it's
up?
live.
We live. All right, y'all. Good morning. We look so professional. We look like we on a news station with the little thing scrolling by. Hey. All right, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday. Yeah, Safani, you have to think about it too. Happy Thursday, y'all. I am super excited to be with each and every one of you this morning. We need you to love, like, comment, share, get everybody involved because we are going to wrap up this month's topic with a panel discussion with the ladies. Everybody has a topic that they are going to hit on for a couple of minutes. So usually, y'all, I don't tell y'all to take notes. I be like, oh, y'all go catch the replay, but listen, this could change your whole doggone life right here, okay? So we are halfway through the year. You do not have another half to waste. So you need to understand completely. Just take responsibility for your happiness and your success as we get ready to run into the rest of 2020. I was about to say 2021. We're about to close out 2020 and run into 2021. All right, y'all. So y'all already know all the ladies on the panel. We have Pastor Akins. We have the 6-minute assassin, that is her name like forever now. Tara Dallas. We have Miss Safana Samples, Minister Safana Samples. We have Pastor Tay Boogie. Shantae might as well be a I don't even know how y'all about to open up a church around here and I'm running around trying to twerk. Y'all gonna have to pray for the whole team because they got to deal with me. All right, y'all. So we are going to get this thing kicked off. We have some topics that we're going to discuss today about you are responsible for your happiness and success. If you have caught any of the lives that we have done this month, we gave you guys a lot of tools, a lot of keys that you can use to unlock your greatness. And today is going to be the conclusion of that. So first, I'm going to pass it over to my friend, to my sister, to my boo thing. First, let me say, y'all know I'm good with plugging everybody. So because everybody on here at one time, I'm just going to simply say, every single one of them got something going on. So if you've been watching these lives and wondering what's this and wondering what's that, sis, bruh, like social media is actually to connect with people, like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What's your name? What's my name? What you do? So we can do something together. Yeah, get all that together. All right. So Miss Safana Samples is going to start us off. Listen, before we got on here, while she looking at me like I'm crazy, I said, do you care who go first? Safana like, nah, it don't matter. So in my mind, that meant she was ready to go. So Miss Safana Samples is going to come on and tell y'all how you can go ahead and control and take responsibility for your happiness and your success as it relates to your health. In case you did not know, this young lady has dropped 30 plus pounds, y'all. She is getting finer than wine, as if she wasn't fine already. So Safana, hun, help us out, because a lot of us about to come out of this thing looking like a snack. No, we've been eating all the snacks and we need to be looking like a snack. So go ahead, boo, take yourself off the mute and take it away.
Oh my God. The betrayal of it all.
Listen.
Good morning, everybody. I am super excited to be with my sisters. I'm thoroughly tickled. Y'all have no idea of the shenanigans that go on behind the scenes, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm super excited to share with you. Rebecca is absolutely correct. To date, I have actually lost a total of 35 pounds. And the key to that has been actually taking responsibility. That's been the theme for the entire month, right? So what I learned is that responsibility is the key. A lot of times we submit the authority over ourselves, whether it be our happiness and how we look, our happiness and how we approach a thing. We submit that authority to somebody else, but we are the ones that garner the aftermath of whatever that authority is. So let me tell you what that looks like. So very, very plainly, If I don't like the way I look, if I don't like the way I feel, I can't attribute that to anything or anybody else but myself. So therefore, whatever authority that needs to happen, I'm the person that has to take it. I'm the person that has to take the lead. I'm the person that has to take the steps. Nobody put a Twinkie in your mouth but you. Nobody told you to eat through your emotions. We talked about that earlier in the month. We talked about the fact that if you understand what your triggers are, then you are able to combat them. You can't combat what you won't confront, right? So being responsible means that you're the go-to person. You're the person that stands up, not only for yourself, but with yourself. So I have the authority to take every opportunity to command my day and whatever that looks like. And for me, what that looked like was gaining community. I was a part of a free weight loss challenge. And so many people, let me just say this. So many people ask me, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And then when you tell them, they back up. They back up, and they back up because what I learned is lots of people don't want to take that authority. They want to blame something or someone else, right? So the first thing I did was I recognized the fact that I needed community. I needed accountability, because up until that point, I hadn't done a very good job of taking the reins, taking the authority. What I needed to happen, listen, I was over 30 pounds overweight. Now, a lot of people still said, well, Safana, you still looked good. You still were shapely. That doesn't have anything to do with my health. That didn't have anything to do with my comfort level. That didn't have anything to do with how I wanted to show up in the world. And so I had to confront what I needed to combat. What I needed to combat was my own lackadaisical attitude. What I needed to combat was the fact that I was out of breath doing menial things. What I had to combat was the truth that I had allowed myself to go. I had let myself go. Listen, the highest form of self-love is the way that you love yourself. It's not necessarily going to the spa, although I love a good spa day. It's not necessarily getting yourself in position to go get your hair and nails done. I'm a 25-year beauty industry vet, right? But that's not the end all be all, because baby, let me tell you something. You can be as laced and as fried, dyed, and laid to the side as you want to. But if you're uncomfortable in your clothing, if you're uncomfortable in your being, if you're uncomfortable how you show up to and for and in the world, it's all in vain. So I took responsibility. I joined the free weight loss challenge, and I'm so excited because another round is coming up. So I've been telling people. I researched the things that were amazingly effective. I took control of my gut health, and I took responsibility for my own exterior. But it started with the interior. It started with my mindset. It started with my motives. And then it started with the things that I use to help motivate me. So community, communication, and resources that help me. I don't want anybody to think that what you need is outside of you. It starts in your mindset first. So what have you decided that you need to be happy about how you show up? What have you decided that you need to show up as your best version of yourself? And for me, that's about 12 pounds away. Okay. I'm excited about the 35. I don't have to tug on all my clothes. It feels amazing to see my figure again for me, not for somebody else, but for me. So many times we look at old pictures and we say, I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to get back to that. Baby, when? And baby, how? I'm not talking about for anything or anybody else, but for you. Love yourself enough first that you show up for you first. Take responsibility. Be the go-to person. Love yourself enough to say, I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to drink that. That is how I love myself most. It shouldn't take validation from someone else for you to do what you need to do for you. If you can't fit it, stop eating until you can. And listen, I've had the struggle. I've had the struggle. And we talk about willpower and we talk about the things that aid us, but I want you to know that it starts with your decision first. It's not about bashing somebody for what they or how they have allowed themselves to whatever, let themselves go. It's not about bashing. It's about confronting. Combating what you're willing to confront. Love yourself enough first. Show up for you. Then you can be the best version of mother, wife, girlfriend, partner, business person. My business is so demanding that it demands agility. It demands strength. It demands endurance. I'm going to be remarried one day. I want to be able to keep up with my husband. I will be. I was comfortable confronting what I wanted to combat. So I would say to you, really, really assess where you are in your mindset. Get the communication, and the resources that you need so that you can take control again.
Yes, listen, I'm gonna pull a one-liner from every person because we ain't got enough time this morning to be recapping all of this goodness. When Safana said you cannot combat what you do not want to confront, y'all, I almost passed out. Now, because you got to know your sisters, I cannot call on Shantae Salter next because this is the queen of healing. And she is going to feed off of everything Safana just said, and we will be here for an hour. So we going to come back to that one right there. Then you got two pastors in the middle. We going to come back. We got to spread out the goodness. Now, I know my 6-minute assassin go ahead and bring it, y'all. Now, listen. Atara's topic is money. Now, it's something that y'all need to know. I want to be very clear with this. If you don't know Atara personally, which I'm sure y'all do, because when I tell y'all this child's so transparent, if you follow her on social media, there is no way you can't know her. I need you to understand that her topic of income and finances and money does not come from a place of greed. It does not come from a place of look at me, look what I have. It comes from a place of talking about generational wealth and freedom and legacy building. And I have seen her grow so much over the last couple of months, y'all. I feel like a proud mama sitting over here like, yes, boo, do your thing, do your thing. Now, with that being said, Atara got a potty mouth. I don't know if she go cuss or not. So if it slide out, don't act like you ain't already know, baby. All right? Because everybody is themselves on this thing right here. We don't hold anybody back. So if you did not get those notes, make sure you go back and get the replay because Safana laid it out. She ain't nobody forced you to put that Twinkie in your mouth. That was one of my favorite ones too. So all right, y'all. So take all of those nuggets. We're gonna move right along to the 6-minute assassin, Miss Atara Dallas. Honey, let them know.
Hey y'all, good morning. Sorry, Rebecca.
No, you good. Tell them how they're responsible with their happiness and success when it comes to their finances. Boo, take it away.
Yes. Good morning, y'all. So listen, I'm going to break this down real quick. Y'all already know I'm going to be in and out. There are 2 ways, and I need you to put yourself in one of these categories. Number 1, you were basically born into wealth, meaning your parents were wealthy. You truly believe that wealth is your mindset has been structured from birth to see money, to have money. So now you are in a money mindset from a child. I need everybody here to know that 9 times out of 10, the things that you experience as an adult simply comes directly from your childhood. So if you were born into money, if you were taught that you are wealthy, if you saw money, if you came from an extensive line of wealth, 9 times out of 10, your subconscious mind knows money. It's okay with money. It's friends with money. So you probably are one of those people that do not struggle in finances. Oh, but I ain't here today to talk to you. See, you don't really need no help this morning. I'm here to talk to the people that was raised like me. Can I get an amen in the congregation? I'm here to talk to the people that were not born with a wealth mindset. Hello, somebody. I'm here to talk to people that were taught just be okay with what you got. I'm here to talk to people that were not born in a family where money was just flowing. I'm here to talk to people that may have a blockage with money. I'm here to talk to people that will go get a good job, go and retire and live on a fixed income. See, I need you to know something. For the last 30, 35, 40 years, 60 years, how old ever you are, you were taught, it was ingrained in you to struggle for money. It was ingrained in you for you to know that it's hard to get money. See, somebody on here this morning got to rewrite their past. Oh, Lord, I don't know who I'm talking to. Somebody here this morning, you got to rewire the way that you think, and that's who I'm talking to. See, I had to be Now, I need you to understand that this is not going to be an easy journey for you. See, some of y'all that were not born with a silver or a gold spoon in your mouth, I need you to understand that, number one, you got to rewire the way that you think about money. You have to now understand that you got to become friends with money. You have to understand that the reason that you can't get right, I'm talking to myself, with money is because my past was dictating my future with me. See, I was scared of money because I went a long time in my life without having. I saw my parents struggle. I saw my parents work. All I know is you got to work to get what you want. See, I had a limited belief on money, but today I have to tell you that you got to break those generational curses when it comes to money. See, if you were not one of those that had a wealth mindset, you cannot be one of those that's lazy. Oh, Lord. Those two things don't go together. See, some of y'all do not have a wealth mindset and you're lazy as all get out. You are not willing to do the work that it takes for you to get to the next level. You got to pick a struggle, okay? I need you this morning to pick a struggle. You know that you were not born into wealth, that you have this thing about money, that sometimes your money looking funny. Sometimes you can gain it all and lose it again. Oh, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to me. See, you got to come up out of a lazy-minded attitude. Some of y'all have been given the tools, but you're lazy. Some of y'all are ready to go to the next level, but you don't want to do the work. Some of y'all are ready to become a millionaire, but you can't get past thousandaire because you ain't willing to develop as a leader. You're not willing to touch those things that affected you as a child. You're not willing to grow, to change your trajectory of how you look at towards money. I need you today to pick a struggle. I need you to understand that sometimes you got to work your ass off physically because that's what your mind truly believes. You cannot trick your subconscious mind. I need you to understand. We talk about manifestation all the time. But if you have 30 and 40 years of believing that you are the underdog, believing that wealth is not for you, that is for them out there, believing that, then I need you to understand you ain't gonna trick your subconscious mind into believing you just gonna magically become a millionaire. You might want to get up off your sofa. You might want to make them phone calls. You might want to go work. Like, and I use Rebecca as a great example, and I'm gonna be out of here. See, let me tell you something. Rebecca has found a way to tap into manifest, but Rebecca also knows that she got to do the physical work. See, I need you to understand something. You cannot get to the next level if you don't understand where your blockage is. You got to know where your blockage is. And manifestation is cute. It's cute, it works, but I had to understand that I'm not born into knowing how to manifest. So as I am working on my manifestation goals, as I am working on how to create a for me, I also got to know that my subconscious mind believes that I got to get up and get off my ass and work. So while I'm believing and I'm understanding how to simply manifest with my mind, I also got to understand that my subconscious don't know that right now, because I was born in a family that I saw them work. I saw them struggle sometimes. I saw them do this. I saw them do that. So I got to trick my mind into believing. So I got to get up. I got to do the work. I got to show up. I got to come and I got to make sure I give my all. I need you. I need you, and I need you to listen to me well. I need you to know what's. If you are the one that was born with the silver spoon and you into money, listen, them people don't have no problem with creating money because it's inside of them. That's all they know. That's all they. But if you come from the other side of the tracks like me, I need you to be doing a little bit of both. I need you to be learning how to manifest, but I need you to get up off your butt and I need you to put in the work. I need you to stop mentally doubting yourself in the mental work. I need at your life. I need you to go hard in the paint so that you can get to a point where you are now a master manifester, but you also know how to work your ass off. See, I am so happy that I wasn't born into the money. I'm so happy that God chose me to be one of the ones that came from a family of struggle, that came from a family of working, that built a country on our backs, because now I got the work ethic and now I'm going to get the mental behind it that a lot of my people did, because we couldn't read and we couldn't write. Oh, I ain't going to go no more. I'm out of here. Got to stop, because I'm going to go on and go on.
I'm over here screaming. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't know when Atara is going to step into the same lane with these other pastors and ministers, because I'm telling you, it is coming. She could try to fight it all she wants. Let me tell you something. God gonna have his way at the end. So that's all I'm going to say there. All right, y'all. I can't even recap all of that. I see the comments going off. Her one-liner that I am going to pick is, pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. Which one is it going to be? And she said, you cannot trick your subconscious mind. That was so huge for me. It was a nugget, because she's right. We try to teach so many people how to manifest and get the life that they want to desire and have, but they're saying the words, but they don't believe it subconsciously. And my brother Tim Brown is on here. As soon as she said you can't trick your subconscious, he said, no, you can't. You have to feed it. We talk about all the time what you look at, Safana, what you feed your mind is more important than what you feed your stomach. I am telling you. Shantae Salter gonna go last, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. So if y'all waiting for her, you're gonna have to hang on to the end, because my spirit is telling me that she gonna show out. So I'm gonna save her for the end. We still got Tracy and Tay Boogie to go ahead and keep this train rolling. And so let me look at their topic so we can go ahead and switch it up. All this stuff intertwines. Let's go ahead with the relationships. We go hit on Tay Boogie so that the Shantays and Shantays ain't right together. All right, now see, y'all see Shantae over there. See, this is why she's going last. This is why. All right, Tay Boogie Boom. You are responsible for your health and your happiness when it comes to your relationships. Honey, take it away. It is all on you.
Listen, hey everybody, this call is already on fire, and if you haven't received anything yet, you need to check your pulse. So really quickly, let's dive into relationships. All of us want them, but I want to really talk about two parts. First of all, qualifying. A lot of us are demanding in people what we are incapable of giving ourselves, right? You want someone, let's just think about a business relationship or social relationships. You want people that are going to be down for you. You want people that are going to ride for you. You want people that are going to fill your cup up, but you come to the relationship broken. You come weak. You come worn. You come weary. So the first insert is you're responsible for your own happiness and your own success before you invite somebody else to your party. You know, I'm an advocate about speaking over your lives, about loving yourself, about really making sure that those compartmentalized parts of you are attended to. So I want to encourage you to keep filling your own cup. It is so dangerous to put your happiness as the responsibility of somebody else. I don't care if it's a man and you're a woman. I don't care if it's a business relationship. Many of us want people to do our work for us. You have to be whole. You have to be healthy. You have to love yourself from the inside out. You have to be willing to speak over your life. You have to get over your daddy issues. You have to get over what your mama did to you. Fostering relationships from the time we came into this world. And I understand that people that could help won't help you, but it's still your responsibility. I'm taking the onus away from you to put the blame on other people. I know that there are people that made you feel rejected. There are people that made you feel abandoned. There are people that dealt with you and you're wishy-washy with whether you can trust or not, but it's still your responsibility to stand up every day in the mirror and love the reflection that you see, whether it's health and you have to adjust some things like Safana said, whether you've made some decisions in money and it's having you feel a way about yourself as Atara talked about, or whether it's you just showing up knowing that I'm here on purpose, for a purpose, with a purpose, and everybody that's connected to me, they're going to level up because I'm coming as a whole individual. So the first thing that I want to share is that you have to meet the prerequisites of what you're giving other people. You want somebody in your life that's going to fill you up. Are you filling others up? Are you already full? Let me give it to you just like this. Think about yourself as a cup and people as your saucer, right? Anybody that drinks tea, anybody that drinks coffee. You are the cup and people are your saucer. Your relationships are your saucer. People should not get what's in your cup. That's for you. That's your mindset. That's your personal development. That's your devotion time with the Lord. That is you with your affirmations, your declarations, your decrees. That's with some non-negotiables. That's with your boundaries and everything like that, right? So that is in your cup. You should be so full that people catch what's in the saucer or your overflow. Many of us are drained. We're wearied. We're actually not filling people. We need breaks. We're going into isolation because we didn't stay full and we started pouring from our own capacity, right? So I want to encourage you, do not pour from your cup. Stay full so that as you're overflowing and you're moving out through the myriad relationships that you have, whether it's romantic, whether it's within business, whether it's within ministry, whether it's within academics, everybody is receiving your overflow. So that's my first insert. Be in the relationship what you're requiring. Many of you, I'm just going to keep it straight, no chaser. Y'all need to cut off toxic people from your life. If you're trying to level up, y'all, we have been rocking with this Unlock Your Greatness call since January. So many of you have been with us for 7 months now, right? And 7 is the number of completion. We have been complete. We've been holistic in what we've been sharing with you: mind, body, soul, relationships, finances, right? You're responsible for your own success. You're a victim. You're a victor and not a victim. So in relationships, it's up to you to snip the ties of toxic people. Listen to me clear because I'm almost at my time. If you are not happy with the people that are in your circle, you have the ability to change them. I want to talk really quickly on loyalty. This is something that I struggled with. And the reason why I'm saying I struggle with because my loyalty, although it is a blessing in many areas, it has also been the cause of my demise. Many of us are loyal to unloyal people. Many of us are loyal to people that won't even vouch for you. They won't back for you. They won't do anything for you. They won't stick up for you. They won't stand up for you. And your loyalty because you want to be a ride or die. Your loyalty, many of us, because you're in ministry and you've been taught service and you've been taught servitude. You are loyal to sinking ships, whether it's the business that you're a part of. I'm just going to put it out there on this morning, right? Whether it's the friends that you have, you are loyal to things that don't fill you. There are liabilities in your life, and you are the only asset in your circle. You're the only one that's reading. You're the only one that's growing your mind. You're the only one that's investing in yourself. You're the only one that's dreaming. You're the only one that has tools that are going to fill your repertoire to get you to your destiny. And everyone else around you are takers. Everyone else around you really wants you to stay down. So you're wrestling right now. Many of you are wrestling because your comfort zone is calling you. But you know that there's more. We're in the second half of 2020, and your relationships are going to be the short circuit of you fulfilling all of your goals. Let me tell you something. I am in a place in my life. My name is Shantae Monique Smith, aka Tay Boogie. If you come between me and my destiny, you have to go. If you come in between me, believing in myself and going back to what I came out of, if you're trying to keep me stuck, stagnant, if you're trying to keep me depending on you, you've got to go. You got to cut the ties, because many of you need discernment, right? This is something that I want you to actually mull over when we get off of this. Define it, go read some books on it. Discernment allows you to not even see a person, but you see their motive. What is the reason why you have all these people in your life? Are they assets to you? Are they building you? Are they strengthening you? This panel of ladies, they caused me to level up in different areas, right? Because I don't want to be the big fish in the small pond. If you are the most articulate, the most educated, if you are the most well-paid, if you are the most sought after person in your crew, and nobody else can fill your cup, nobody else can see where you're going, we have a problem. So put yourself in an uncomfortable position by getting connected with people that are causing you holistically to level up. So one, make sure that you are who you want in your life. Make sure that you're answering the prerequisites. Number two, check your loyalty. Everybody does not deserve your trust straight from the gate. Everybody should not have 100% access to you at all times. You need boundaries. You need parameters. There are some of you, you tell people your dream too early. You're too trusting. You're too naive because you think that just because they smile in your face that they have your back. I need you to start qualifying people in your life. Some people, their time in your life is overdue. Others, you need to give them a chance. So breaking out of your fear of past relationships, let's get healed really quickly. Breaking out of your fear of past relationships, you won't say no to opportunities that are knocking. That's the last thing that I want to say. In order to get where you see yourself in your mind, it's going to take relationships. Collaboration is the new wave, y'all. Trying to get there on your own, trying to make it on broken pieces, those days are over. In order to have that door wide open, in order to have blessings flowing unlimited, in order for you to be able to live a life in flow, to live a life in skip, as you hear us talking about, to be able to move throughout different facets of life, it's going to take the right relationships. And so many of you are so stuck and bound to who you already know that you are missing the blessing that is standing in front of you. Let me tell you something. I know this about me, and I know this about my squad that's here. When you connect with us, we're going to have you leveling up in every area. We're going to have you believing that the unlimited is possible. We're going to have you believing that there is no cap in your life. And that is how it should be in relationships, that your friends' beliefs should kick in when yours in. We're not going back to limited belief. We're not going back to this amount of, money. We're ready to level up in tax brackets. We're ready to actually start acquiring property. We're ready to influence the masses because our voice is for this generation. So first of all, make sure that you are fulfilling the prerequisite that you put on other people. Number two, make sure that you are handling this thing called loyalty with its sacredness, that you're not giving it out to everyone. And third, don't block your blessings in relationships because you're bound to your comfort zone.
Y'all, let me tell you, y'all can't see what we see when we just show the face. When Safana was over there hitting the camera like this, I almost lost it. Let me tell you something. My girls be bringing it. You can't, giving one-liners. Jesus, I'm trying to focus. It's hard to pick just one. Who? When she said, before you invite somebody else to your party, you got to have your stuff together. Listen, before you invite somebody else, y'all see Shantae? That is why she is. I cannot. Before you invite somebody else to the party, when she talked about keeping your cup full, that spoke to me because I was that person who always tried to give from an empty cup. The best analogy that I can give that I've ever heard is you have to make sure you fill your cup. What's inside your cup is for you. What flows over your cup, your overflow is what you help everybody else with. That's what you can give, but your cup stays full. The inside is for you. And when she talked about y'all being loyal to people who are not loyal to you, I almost lost my whole mind. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Lord, Pastor Akins, boo-boo. Pastor Akins, Lord, child, y'all about to, Jesus, thank you for my circle. Whoo, Jesus. All right. Pastor Akins is going to hit y'all, which you are responsible for your happiness and your success when it rolls around to your spirit. All right, Pastor Akins, boo, it's over to you.
Thank you so much. Listen, my sisters have killed it this morning, and I just want to touch on a little bit, and I'm going to pass it over to the Heal Master herself. But listen, we always think about someone else when it comes to our spirit, and I'm a pastor, so you think that your pastor is supposed to be the one that feeds into you. You think that you go and watch online right now, and everybody else is responsible for your spirit but you. But I need you to know this morning that the Bible says to work out your own soul salvation, right? So I know we're not in church. However, if you are going to develop in your spirit, it is your responsibility. It's not your pastor's responsibility. It's not a minister's responsibility. Guess what? The word of God is for you, and it is your responsibility to take the time to do what it is that you need to do. The problem is we've been delighting in everything else, and true happiness and true success comes when we delight ourselves in the Lord. Psalm 57:4 says, take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. So you're wondering why I can't get this, why this is not working out. What happened? This relationship is falling apart. First of all, because your delight is misplaced. It's in the wrong place. You're thinking that materialistic things are going to get you there. You think that just your money is going to get you there. But if you delight in him, then it says he will give you the desires of your heart, because your desires become his desires. Your desires become his desires, and his desires become your desires. So what are those desires? Well, he does wish that you will prosper and be in good health. So that's why we had to find a deal with health. He does give you creative and witty ideas to obtain wealth. That's why we had a Tara deal with some money. He does desire how we have compassion and treat each other. That's why we dealt with relationships, right? See how it all ties in? These are the desires of his heart. That should be your desires. And if you are delighting in him because you are taking some time to get the discernment, to get the understanding of what he wants for you, then you could work on your spirit, man. Can I be real honest? Some of your spirit's nasty. Yeah, I said it. Some of your spirit is nasty. You don't let everything else filter in. While we've been sitting here in this pandemic, we got it all twisted. We thought that this is really all about the pandemic, and it was really all about him getting you in a place that he can help you, that he can shape you, that he can mold you, that he can transform your spirit, that he could do what? Purge you, that he could do what? Deliver you, that he could do what? Set you free. That's why we've been coming on week after week, twice a week, to give you keys to help unlock and uncover those things so that you could walk into another place. I know we're not on church, but guess what? You got me this morning. So that's where we're going, right? So you need to delight in him so that he can work it out, right? We're working out our own soul salvation. I said this before. You got to pray like everything depends on him. And then you got to work like everything depends on you, which means there are going to be some things that are going to be hurtful in this moment. There are going to be some things that don't feel good, but it's part of the process to renew your spirit. Create a right spirit within me. That's what it's all about. That's what we're trying to do, because then my perspective shifts. Then my tongue shifts. Then my attitude shifts. Have you ever woken up one morning and just realized you're not doing some things that you used to do before because you desire that everything line up with what he has for you? Let me help you. Let me help you this morning. Stop feeling like God is going to bless your mess. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Stop feeling like God is going to bless your mess. He does not work that way. Darkness and light cannot dwell in the same thing. All right. And so I need you to understand, when I get myself in alignment in my spirit, my relationship with him, then I can manifest everything else. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. I'm not saying that you're not going to make mistakes. I'm not saying that there's not levels to your deliverance. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is stop treating him like he's a genie in a bottle, because he's not. Stop saying, oh, God, give me this. I rub on it and I pray 3 times and turn around and bam, it's manifested. It's not. It takes time to have a relationship with him so you can discern the will of God for your life and how he wants to use you. I understand that my business is not just about me, but it's about the lives that I can touch and help, not just financially, but how can I help them spiritually? How can I become a philanthropist? How can I show them that God can do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think or even imagine if I'm not walking in it? How can I be used in places that I never thought I would be used if I am not hearing him because he's giving me the plan? Let me help you. Joshua 1:8, and I said it last week. You know, it talked about the book of instruction. Meditate on it day and night so you'll be able to see and obey what is written. And then he will prosper you and success will be in all you do. Or some versions say, then he will give you good success. You are responsible for understanding the blueprint. You are responsible for reading the roadmap. You are responsible for tapping in and getting the instructions so you can tune into a live, you can tune into a church service. But if you are not willing to take up the book, read it yourself, find out what instructions you are supposed to have, then guess what? You are still going to go off. Your GPS might reroute you, and because you didn't know the shortcut, you didn't know how to get there. I'm going to say that again. Your GPS may reroute you, and you listen to it, but because you didn't know the shortcut, you didn't know how to get there. The shortcut, the plug, is your relationship with God. That's the shortcut. What took others years to do don't have to take you years if you plug into him and have, as Shantae said, the discernment to see beyond what you see. In this pandemic, there are people that have been complacent, and then there are people that have not been complacent, understand there's something more that I need to do right now. There's something more that I was called to do, and he had to put us on a pause to heal. He had to put us on a pause to discern. He had to put us on a pause to purge. He had to put us on a pause so that we will learn how to delight in him. The simple things, because we've allowed everything else to consume us. And it's made interference with our relationship with him. Because guess what? You're going to get up and you're going to go to work, but you ain't take time to pray. You sit down and have a meal, but you don't even give him thanks for being the provider of the meal. So if we're going to get this thing right, if we're going to truly be happy, if we're going to truly have success, we're going to have to delight in him. We're going to have to work it out. And then guess what? You're going to have to be able to sit still until he tells you to move. Now, I'm not saying sit still where you don't, because I know a lot of us all of us here, we're business owners, and I'm not saying sit back on your laurels and do nothing. What I'm saying is I'm hearing for his voice on exactly how to move. So when I get up in the morning, I'm asking God, who is called to me today? God, who do you want me to speak to today? Who am I supposed to reach out to today? And I have to sit and listen. And it reminds me of Paul and Silas. Paul and Silas were in a situation when they were in jail. It was not a pleasant situation, but they had joy in the Lord. They began to sing songs. They began to praise. They began to worship right where they are. Some of you have been in a horrible situation all year long. You feel like 2020 is never going to get better, but I want you to know August 1st is coming. August 1st, 8 is it's the month of new beginnings, right? And so they were sitting in jail and they were praising and the chains broke. But I need you to understand this, that they didn't leave. Why didn't they leave? Because they understood that there was still something else greater going on. So the jailer came, and the jailer was upset, thinking that they were going to, he was going to be in trouble because they were going to leave. And they said, hey, we still here. Now listen, the jailer came, got them, took them back to his house, and gave them a feast. Right? I need you to hear this. If you stay right where God has you until he tells you what to do next, you're going to be able to eat better than you ever thought, because the meal is going to be prepared for you by the person that came to lock you up, but they'll also come back to set you free. Somebody's going to catch that today. You've been sitting in your opportunity. You've been sitting in your business and you've been wondering why. God said, if you will allow me to get something straight, I promise I'm going to break the chains. And when I break them, I want you to look for the person that's coming, that's going to take you to the next place, that's going to set you free, that's going to feed you like never before. Now, let me help tie this in a little more. Not only did the jailer feed him, but then the jailer also, he received salvation. He received from Paul and Silas the Lord, because their spirit was right. And they didn't sit down and talk about, you don't want to have me locked up. You could have let me out a long time ago. They didn't do that because they were tuned into God. They were tuned into the Spirit of God to know what to do next. So they sat until they were told to move. I need you to catch this today. I need you to stop running around from place to place to place to place and ask God, where is my place of purpose? Where is my place of destiny? Where am I supposed to be until you release me? And when you release me, the blessings will be released as well. But I'm telling you, until you learn to delight yourself in him, you can't be happy. You can't be content in any situation. You'll always be fussing. You'll always be cussing. You'll always be crying more and more and more. Why me? Why me? Because you haven't discerned the time. You haven't discerned the season. You haven't discerned the plan that he has for you. Now is the time for you to pray like everything depends on God. But it's the time for you to work like everything depends on you. You need to work your business. You need to work your relationships. You need to work your health. You need to work your finances. And you need to work your spiritual development with him. Only then can God open up the floodgates and allow you to see what you've never seen before, to allow you to obtain what you've never obtained before. And you won't be greedy. You won't be selfish, but you'll be willing to share with someone else, to pull them up, to help them, to give, to operate in the spirit of giving. You're operating the fruits of the spirit because you understand that God has given it to you to bless someone else. He gave the greatest gift of himself, his son, and he's using you. He desires to use you to be the greatest gift to someone else. But you got to be willing to develop your spirit, spend time with him, meditate on the word day and night, that you would have good success because you're obedient to what he's called you to do.
Oh, Jesus, I can't even stay in this seat, Lord. Y'all, I am struggling over here. Jesus, girl, I legit got up and walked. All right. My one-liners, I can't even, Jesus. When she said, we've been delighting in everything else but him, I almost lost I legit lost it. If you, Lord, if you caught it, when she was able to when she was able to tie in every single topic that has been discussed so far and told you that it is written, it is in the desires of his heart. And if you would go and delight in him, everything you want is going to, Jesus. And then y'all got the nerve to think that God is going to bless your mess. Jesus. Listen, I'm done. Oh my God, I am having so much fun. All right, y'all. I don't know what's gonna happen when we bring on Shantae Salter. I really don't know. I think that she about to lose it because she been holding it in this whole time. She was shaking her head so hard. I thought she was about to pass out. She done hit the camera. She was over there preaching. I think she done dropped a tear. I saw the eyes watering. Y'all, all right. So we about to bring this thing to a close. You know how they say time flies when you having fun? I cannot believe we've been on here for 52 minutes. So this session was an hour, but I'm telling y'all, it was who fed my whole soul. So Shantae Salter, y'all know this is the queen of, listen, heal sis. You want to be sexy, heal sis. You want to be attractive, heal sis. You want to go ahead and get your relationships and your health together and earn some income and get your spiritual life together, heal sis. So you already know where we're going with this. So Shantae is going to talk about your mind, wrap a little self-esteem in there. I don't know exactly, Sherry. Thursday church, that's what we having right now. And then after her, I'm going to give 2 or 3 minutes to pull it all together. And then we're going to let y'all go. And we'll be back in August, right? New beginnings in August. Oh, Jesus. Shantae, don't come on here and show out now. Go ahead. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Take it away, boo.
Listen. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. And I don't, you know what? I'm going to just let the spirit lead me. I'm not even going to make no disclaimers. I ain't gonna say nothing to be like, Rebecca, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do what I feel like doing. How about that? Because we family, all right? We've been doing this for all year long. We started this back even in last year. Y'all know how I be. So I ain't gonna say I'm gonna go crazy. I may not,
But if I do, that's my business, and we're going to get it done anyway. Okay. So listen, my responsibility is to tie in. You are responsible for your happiness and your success as it relates to your self-esteem and as it relates to your mind. And so I'm going to start it off with this part right here. We are in the midst of something that a lot of us have never experienced before. We are in a global pandemic. We are in a social pandemic. We are in a political pandemic. There is so much going on that is unprecedented. There is a shift happening in this world. If you do not believe in God, I don't even know what to tell you at this point, because this is something that we read in the Bible. Literally, this is a time that has never happened before. And so I want to first start off with this. We talked about doing the work. We got to do the work with our money, our relationships, and all that. I really want to say that, right? But what I really want to say is this. Because we are in a pandemic, because there is so much that's unprecedented, I want to do this point, and I want to give space to you to understand that I understand that perfection is not going to always happen right now. I want to give you a moment to understand. We're gonna get you back where you need to be, but let's start the conversation off right here with, if you're not where you want to be mindset wise, it's okay. If you're not where you want to be financially right now, it's okay. If you're not where you want to be when it comes to your health, your weight, maybe you have been eating a whole lot of snacks and you don't look like a snack. Maybe you are a supersized meal, sis. Maybe you are a buffet. I don't know, sis, but what I'm saying to you is, it's okay. Maybe your relationships are not as great as you would like them to be. Okay. First thing we got to do first is we got to address where we're at, and we can't hate ourselves for being there. Okay, because where we are right now is something that hasn't happened before. I know for me, I'm only saying what I've done. I know for me during this pandemic, I had to go get a therapist. That's what I had to go do, because I had so much stuff going on in my personal life. I'm like, I need therapy. I need somebody to help me before I lose my mind. I got my child in the house, my family, people losing their jobs that are close to me, people scared, they worried, they got fear, their fear jumping on mine. And I'm just like, what is going on? So I know for me, I had to go seek out some help. I'm like, I need somebody who can talk to me, who can help me still focus in on me. So I want to start it off with that first, because I think sometimes we live in this society where we hustle, which is important. We need to hustle. But the reason why Rebecca and I say things a lot of times where we talk about flowing into success and effortlessly going into success, we use that terminology because we have been pushed and told that I have to lose all that I have in order to be successful. I have to lose sleep. What is sleep? I have to not worry about me, forget about me. I have to, literally not take care of myself in order to have success. And so I know for me, I had to go out and say, okay, let's see. Listen, I'm tired. My finances, my business, everything is great in that area. But my personal life, y'all, I'm not even about to front with y'all. I needed some outside help. I need somebody to speak over me, because I speak over everybody else. And I'm like, look, I'm tired. I just need to tell somebody out loud that I'm as tired. Okay, the healologist is tired. Okay, she's tired of everybody else's problems. She's tired of everybody else dropping stuff on her. She's tired. Okay, so I need somebody to come talk to me, somebody to speak to me. Okay, and so I know for me, I really want to open up the conversation, and I want to give you space to understand that if you are here right now, if you're watching this live right now, if you are watching this replay right now, can we just take a moment to celebrate you? I want you to take a moment right here, right now. If you want to comment, feel free. If you want to take a moment right now to not comment. And I want you to think about, look how far you've come. We are in a season, a time that has never happened before, and you are still wanting something to grow. How powerful you are. Look how amazing you are. Look how strong you are. You're strong. If you're watching this right now, you're strong. If you're listening to this right now, you're strong. If you're taking the time to comment on this right now, you are something special. You are something unique. You are something different, because not everybody is looking for this during this pandemic. There are some people that are literally over in a corner somewhere hiding in the closet, and you found time to watch this. I particularly want to give you shout outs to everybody who's watching this right now live, who woke up this morning and said, I know it's Thursday. Let me go watch Unlock Your Greatness. I want to just take a moment to say congratulations to you. You are doing a phenomenal job. You are literally, you might think you're not doing great, but I want to give you a moment to know that you are doing amazing. Let's celebrate you for literally like a few minutes. I just want you to say thank you. I'm doing it. I'm doing great. I would just take a moment right here. Pat yourself on the back. Let's just take a second. Let's take a second. You're strong. You're qualified. You're intelligent. You're beautiful. You should accept yourself wherever you find yourself in, period. If you are a buffet, if you are thick, if your relationships look like trash, if you like whatever, listen, I'm at where I'm at. Listen, okay? Let's just take a moment. Go me for not dying. Go me for not committing suicide, because some people have done it during this time. Go me for leaving an abusive relationship, because abuse is at an all-time high because people are at home. People are being beat. I know my neighbor where I used to live literally got carried away in the ambulance. Let's just shout you out for still being here. There are children that are being abused more than ever. Children that are being molested now more than ever. People that are literally wanting to commit suicide on drugs more now than ever because they are tired. They are lost. They don't know what to do. We have millions of people who have lost their jobs, who are behind on their bills. Listen, we can go into the hustle, and I'm going to end it with that. But I want to give you a space to understand right now that if you feel like crying, if sometimes you wake up and you just cry for a good 5 or 10 minutes, you're not weak. We got to stop doing that to each other. You're not weak because you took a second. You're not weak because you're tired. Okay? You're tired because you're human. Okay? So let's just start there for a second. If you need to start crying right now because you feel guilty because you're not where you want to be right now, I want you to cry. Okay? I'm giving you space to do so. I'm giving you a free space to say, don't let nobody make you feel bad about it. Period. I don't care. Period. Okay? Because sometimes people don't know what you're going through, child. We don't know what's happening. We don't know if your husband's crazy. Okay? We don't know if your kid's driving you crazy. We don't know if your boyfriend crazy. We don't know. We do not know, sis. We don't know if your wife is crazy. We don't know. You might be tired. You might have lost your job. I just want to give you space. Okay, cool. Now let's talk about how we can control our self-esteem. First things first, I got to be mindful. I got to be mindful of what I say. I got to be mindful of what I do, right? Now that I've addressed where I'm at, right? We've had our moment. That moment might have been ugly. Maybe you're still crying even right now. The next step is to not stay there. That's the biggest portion that I can share with you. It's okay to have those moments, but you cannot stay there. Right? So first thing, I have to be mindful. Next, I have to start to change this story. I have to change this story. You know what? That is where I am, but I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here. Next, I have to avoid falling into comparison. I can't compare my story to Safana's story. I can't compare my story to Atara's story. I can't compare my story to Rebecca's story. I got to stay in my lane. I can't be worried about her. What God has for me, it is mine. There is nothing that anybody can do to take something from you, period. You can't take a customer, a business partner, a status advancement, a promotion at your job, a new car, whatever God has for you, it was yours before the foundation of the earth. It will be yours, period. Right? So I can't be comparing myself to everybody else because God made a special blessing and package for Shantae Smith that he did not make for Shantae Salter. He made a special package for Atara Dallas that he did not make for Shantae Salter. He made a special package for Tracy that he did not make for me, and for Safana and for Rebecca and for Ann. He made something special for all of my sisters and all of my brothers that he did not make for me. So I don't have to sit here and try to take something from her. Hello, I don't have to lie, steal, ducking and dodging, as my mama say, ducking and dodging, weaving and hiding, as my mama says, to get something, because what God has for me, it is mine. Next thing I have to do is channel or unlock the greatness that's within. Next thing that I have to do is I have to start to get moving, start breathing, start working out, start doing something to get yourself there. Whether that might be meditation, whether that might be cardio, walking around your neighborhood, whatever that looks like for you, you got to do that as well. Next thing I have to do, I have to do unto others as I want them to do unto me. Let me tell y'all this story real quick. So I went to the nail shop the other day to get my nails and my feet done with my daughter. And the guy he had a horrible attitude. While he was doing my pedicure, I got a lot of stuff done. I don't know why, but I just did. So I got the scrub, the paraffin wax, all this extra crap. I don't know why. I was just like, okay, just do everything. Okay. And he was tired because he probably had to work too hard. He was like, look, I don't feel like doing all this, but I was like, yeah, you are. Okay. And he was just going back and forth. Y'all know how you go when you go get your nails done and they be speaking another language and they just be going back and forth and you low key feel like they coming against you. Like I felt like they was talking about me, him and a lady who was doing my daughter's feet. I legit felt in it. I was just staring at them like, what is y'all saying? Like I legit wanted to put on Google Translate and be like, tell me what they saying, because I just felt some type of way. And I was really getting irritated because they were like, he was just like, every time he would do something, he was like, he would breathe hard and then go, no, whatever he was saying, right? And so then we get over to him doing my nails and I'm sitting there and he did something else that was, really nasty. He had an attitude about that too. And he hurt me or did something and he was helping. He made a mistake. And when he made the mistake, I started to help him clean it up. And he said, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. He said it with an accent. I'm not trying to be offensive, so I'm not going to use the accent, but y'all know how they sound when they do your nails. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, you're so sweet. Da, 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 da. Okay. So I was like, I said, yeah. I said, it's good to be good to people. I said, it's good to be nice to people. So it's good to do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Right. And he said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And his attitude changed the rest of the time. He was really sweet, going out of his way to be nice to me. He was da-da-da-da-da. I don't know what he said, but I made sure. I'm like, bro, my spirit told me what you saying, what nice. I don't know what you said, but I know you was coming off crazy. So I literally acted like an old mother. And I'm like, it's good to be good to people, right? It's good to do right under right. He was going to be like, yes, ma'am. Right? And so I want to encourage you guys that even during this time, you have to be good to you and you have to be good to others, y'all. I also remember a moment when I was going to get some stuff done. There's been so much racial tension. I live in a predominantly white area, right? And I've had a lot of awkward moments lately with people who don't want to help me, who don't want to do right by me, who give me a harder time. And it's very prevalent for whatever reason. I don't know if they just hate their jobs. I don't know what it is, but it's been very interesting these last and evil days, period. Okay. So I want to encourage you to still do well and to still do right by other people. Next thing I want you to do, and y'all know I'm going to sit here for 2 seconds. I have to forgive. Not only forgive other people, but I have to forgive me. I'm not going to talk about nobody else. I'm going to just talk about me. I have reached every single goal that I have on my list, except one thing, and that has been my health. I have always been on an up and down issue. Y'all know, if y'all know my story, if you've been watching long enough, you guys know I come from a chronic background of eating disorders. I've been anorexic, bulimic. I've had a lot of depression, suicide attempts. I used to self-mutilate. I mean, when you talk about hurting yourself and being someone who literally does bad things to you, that I'm the poster child for it. I'm the poster child for alcoholism. I'm the poster child for doing anything to hurt me. Period. Whatever, taking diet pills, having my heart raced, passing out in public places because I haven't eaten, having my hair fall out because I'm not eating. When I talk about weight, it is not just a stop eating a Twinkie or stop doing it. That's not what it is for me. It's not the same. And that's why I want to give you guys a moment to address it. Everybody is selling somebody's tea and selling somebody's lipo in a bottle. But I want to open up this conversation for you to understand that if your mindset is not ready and if you're not happy with who you are, ain't no $5 tea, ain't no lipo in a bottle, ain't no pills, potions, bottoms, wraps, whatever they selling out here in these streets, patches, doohickeys and yaddy dotties, ain't nothing gonna help you if you not okay, sis. Ain't nothing gonna help you if you have a toxic relationship with your weight, with how you view yourself, with how you walk into certain things. And so I know for me, I had a conversation with me, and I literally said to me, you know what? I believe that I have the power to manifest whatever I want financially. You can't tell me I can't do something when it comes to coins, advancements, statuses. You can't tell me nothing. I'm like, I'll do it. But for some reason, because I had so many eating disorders and so many issues when it came to my weight, where I did a lot of bad things to me to get to certain goals, I really had a big limiting belief. Yes, I had a big limiting belief around my weight, but something clicked in my mind very recently. Something clicked in my mind, and I literally said to myself, I need to stop thinking this is this hard. It's not this hard. It really cannot be this hard. I'm making this harder than it actually needs to be. I need to change how I view this. I need to change how I talk to myself. And so I had to take a moment to forgive myself for where I am right now. You know what? I'm not happy with this situation. I'm not happy with, where my weight has gotten to. I'm not happy with this or that. But you know what? I love and accept myself right now where I'm at. And I want to urge more of you to forgive you. I think the biggest issue for a lot of us is a lot of people have a hard time forgiving others, and then you're even harder on you. You don't forgive you either. So I want to open up the conversation for you to let go of whatever people you are mad at, whatever your mama did, whatever your boyfriend did, whatever your baby daddy did, whatever your best friend who's now not your best friend no more during this quarantine for whatever reason, for whatever that old business partner who did something stupid, for the dumb person who did something crazy. I want to urge you to forgive them, and then I want to urge you to forgive you. Forgive you for not reaching your financial goal just yet. Forgive you for not reaching your weight loss goal just yet. Or as I like to say, I don't like to say weight loss goal. I like to say I'm releasing weight. Forgive yourself for wherever you are. You know what? I didn't reach my status that I wanted to reach yet. I haven't gotten the promotion that I wanted yet. I haven't done it yet. Let me forgive me. Let me forgive me. I'm not a robot. I'm a person. Every day I may not show up and be perfect. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes something to you that's easy is hard to somebody else. I think it's hard to make a lot of income. I think it's easy to make a lot of income. And I talk to people every single day who have no belief that they can make 6 figures, that they have no belief they can make 7 figures. I talk to people every single day who don't believe, right? But for me, my issue is my weight, because I know how to get my weight gone, but I know that when I get that weight gone, y'all won't know that I didn't eat. Y'all won't know that I'm throwing up my food. You won't know any of that. So I'll get to the goal, but I'll lose my hair. I'll get to the goal, but I haven't eaten in weeks. I haven't eaten in months. I'm throwing up my biggest meals. Like, you don't know how somebody got skinny. Y'all gotta be real careful in this culture of how y'all praise people for success, even when it comes to money. Some people making money and they lying, scheming, making up scams to make money. Y'all, listen, we living in a time where you don't know how somebody got when they come up. You need to be real careful how y'all move and how y'all congratulate people, because that's why people doing stupid stuff now. I'm digressing. Let me get to I'm almost finished. I'm done. I'm coming, Rebecca. I'm coming. Last thing I have to do is remember that my circumstances do not define me. Where I am, if I don't like where I am, there might be areas where I do like me, but there might be areas where I don't like me. And it's okay. And my circumstances do not define me. Last thing that I'm going to say, and then I'm throwing it back to Rebecca, who won't hopefully curse me out for talking too goddamn much. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the time now. Okay. I have to understand. I know we like to talk about motivation. Right? So we talked about self-esteem. Now I'm going into your mindset. Motivation is a skill. Motivation is a skill. That's why I started the conversation off telling you how amazing you are, how strong you are, how powerful you are, I spoke well over you. Why? Because I want you to know that motivation is a skill set. Just like you develop the skill set to eat better, just like you develop the skill set to go work out every day, just like you have the skill set to discipline how you do this or that. Motivation is a skill set. How do I get better at motivation, Shantae? Because I don't feel motivated to do anything. I'm glad you asked me. It starts with me remembering that it's an internal focus and not an external focus, right? Tracy, Stefana, a lot of them all went around it and talked about it. I can't find that growth, that control. It's not outside of me. It's within me, right? The conversation this month was, I am responsible for my own happiness and my own success. Everything that I need is inside of me, not in my pastor. Oops. Not in my therapist. Oops. Not in these people over here. Oops. My motivation and my success is inside of me. Some of y'all really finding that out because some of y'all can't go to nobody's church. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, again, my motivation is inside of me, right? I have to find it on the inside of me. It's in me. It's always been in me. God put it in me, right? Because he dwells within me. Hopefully he dwells within you, right? So I have to understand that my success, my control, it comes from within, right? And then how do I get better? How do I get better at this, Shantae? I get better by making better decisions little by little. They may start off small, right? But as I create more opportunities for me to take control over situations, that builds my motivation. That builds my motivation. That builds my motivation. And I want to talk about this really because I come from a family that is full of pastors and ministers, and I watch my grandparents give their entire life to church. I watch my grandparents literally give their lives and have no life outside of church. And they literally, people couldn't do nothing. They couldn't pray for their pinky toe without my grandparents helping them. They couldn't pray for my father getting people out of, I remember my father used to minister, getting people out of, crack houses and going to meet people because people literally did not realize that their power was within. I'm not saying you don't support people. I'm not saying you don't show up for people. But what I am saying is the moment that you realize that there is power on the inside of you, and that everybody else around you is simply a team member in your growth, and they're just a part of the team. They're not the main player. This is your life. This is your life. And so as you are entering into the last part of this year, I want to encourage you to open up space to address where you are. Yes. Let the tears fall. Yes. Forgive yourself. Yes. And then understand, okay, now it's up to me. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. With God, I can do this. With God, I can make it. With God, I can reach this goal. Whether that be weight loss, finances, removing debt. I believe you can be debt free even in this time. I believe you can buy property even in this time. I believe you can start new businesses even in this time, right? So I hope that encourages you. I hope that blesses you. The last thing that I'm going to say, and then I'm done and throwing it back to Rebecca, is I want to encourage you to speak over yourself. Create more opportunities for yourself to show up and to find that motivation. And most of all, stop finding that motivation outside of you. Find that motivation within. If you make that your focus, I'm telling you, I promise you, I give you a money back guarantee. When you find that internal motivation, that internal focus, everything that you desire will come to pass. I'll throw it back over to you, Rebecca. Thank you. I'm sorry I talked too much.
You ain't talk too much, Lord Jesus. Okay. I am, I cannot sit still. And y'all gonna have to forgive me. I promise you, I'm gonna only be 5 minutes. I'm gonna give y'all Shantae's one-liner, and then I'm gonna just tell y'all what's on my heart. So Shantae said, we have a hard time forgiving others, and we have an even harder time forgiving ourselves. And the reason that I'm not going to change it to the spotlight, where I did the big screen for everybody, is because I need to see all of these women's faces when I say this. I'm definitely going to cry. And Shantae told me it's okay. So it is what it is. Shantae and I talk all the time about how I get to a very emotional place. And she feels that my power comes from when I am in that place. And when I feel it, I always suppress it. I always push it down. And when I tell y'all, I have been sitting here not able to control myself and my emotions, that I have probably been wanting to cry from the time we started with this. And when Shantae said, it is okay to cry, you are not a robot. When I look at every single one of these women on here, because I know their stories personally, I know what they have gone through. It makes me think back of when I did my topic, which was, have you paid the price? And I started to look down at all of the names, and I just started writing down some things. You are looking at a panel of women who have gone through depression, who have gone through eating disorders, who have wanted to commit suicide, who have lost entire businesses, who are single moms, who have been looking for love in the wrong places and have given their bodies away to the wrong men, who have attempted so many things and have failed more times than many of you will even try. We have heard no and have been told that we could not do it many times than you have ever even tried to attempt. We have worked harder than many of you can even imagine. We have dealt with self-mutilation, alcoholism. People have gone to prison, and we are still here. So when you hear us come to you bearing our entire souls, trying to explain to you that you can literally manifest your authentic greatness, we are not speaking about what we have not experienced. Have you paid the price? When I hear them talk about the health you want, the relationships that you want, the success and the happiness that you are responsible for with your body, with your relationships, with your self-esteem, have you paid the price? I sat here and I listened to each and every one of them, and I was so full. I see the growth. I know where they have come from. I know the price that they have paid. And so have you paid the price? I see all of these people in the comments saying all of these different things, but a lot of us have a sense of entitlement that we have to let go. Go and do the work. As Atara said, and y'all know, I will let the words flow. Get off of your ass and go and do the work. You can sit here, you can scream, you can holler, you can feel good, but have you done the work? Stop expecting God, as Tracy said, to bless your mess. Cut off the toxic people that Tay was talking about. Those relationships are not going to serve you. As Safana was saying, you have to look good to feel good. At the end of the day, it took her all of this time. I don't know what clicked for her and made her say, baby, I'm about to drop this. Atara talked about coming from the mindset of not even knowing that abundance is your birthright. God placed you here to be abundant. If you would chase him like Tracy told you and go after him and delight in him, all of the desires of his heart is everything you're chasing in the first place. But you too busy chasing after a man. You too busy chasing after this girl or this guy that don't care nothing about you. You too busy trying to go get the tea and the gossip from your girlfriends. You too busy looking for a scam or the easy way out. When if you would just look to him, he has all of the answers, and he is do y'all know personal development comes straight from the Bible? Do you realize that? It's just that we, for some reason, it's hard for us to read it. So they come out with all of these personal development books that are in layman's terms that make it easier for us to understand. Y'all listen. You have to pay the price. And when I look at every single one of these ladies, I promise you, y'all literally get a small percentage of what they have been through. You can have anything you want in this world. God pre-wired you for success and greatness and abundance. What are you willing to pay to get what is yours? It is not going to fall in your lap. It is not going to be easy. You are going to fall on your face. But what are you willing to pay? And when you get to that point that you are willing to pay, the universe, I promise you, it will just part like the red. It is unreal how much the universe will just turn over and give you everything you want and what you desire when you're willing to pay the price. Y'all, we done. This done been a whole hour and 22 minutes. I don't even know how we went this far. I promise when you get up, when I can't even talk. When we get off of here, I'm about to jump, scream, holler, run around my house. If I have never told you ladies before, this is the last thing I'm going to say and I'm done, because when Shantae did this to everybody that was listening, it fed my soul. I know that we are always on the grind. I know we are always hustling. We are always working, and we are always helping other people. And I don't know if I've taken the time to say it, but I am so proud of each and every one of you. Like, seriously, y'all are more than my friends. Y'all are more than my business partners. Y'all are literally stuck with me for the rest of your lives. I am so excited for where you are going in life. The growth that I have seen in each and every one of you over these last 2-3 years while we have been working together, I don't know what I did to deserve to have a circle like you that prays for me more than I pray for myself and lifts me up when I am not strong enough to lift myself up. But I am telling you, if I do not say it enough, I want everybody who watches this to know that I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And I want each and every one of you to win. We are going to win together. I love you, ladies. Thank you all for bringing it this morning. This was absolutely amazing. Y'all like, comment, love, share. Somebody needs to hear this today. Tuhdday, TUHDAY, ! We will be back in August. I'm not even about to try to do right and be professional and go into our group chat and get the topic. Y'all hear it when y'all see us in August. I can't even think right. So I love y'all. We will see y'all next time. Tag, love, comment, share. Give somebody the keys to unlock their greatness. Bye, everybody.